Good morning, Catholic Education Services team. I'm here to give you some of my thinking about the design of an assessment system. And I think the first thing to say at the outset is there's no such thing as a perfect assessment system. Any assessment system involves trade-offs. But I think there are a number of principles that we can hold in mind as we try to design our assessment systems. The first is that we need to shift away from this idea of data-driven decision-making. Because people who talk about data-driven decision-making obsess about the data. I think we need to shift towards decision-driven data collection. First, start with the decisions you need to take, and then, and only then, figure out what data will help you make those decisions in a smarter way. We can do this on a long cycle. We can actually monitor student progress over 6 to 10 weeks, for example, to monitor progress, and to evaluate the alignment of our teaching to what we want students to achieve. We can actually, through the use of medium cycle assessment, involve students more in their own learning, making sure they understand what they need to do to be successful. And we can also do this short cycle, minute by minute and day by day, by creating a pedagogy of engagement, getting information from all of the students rather than just the usual suspects, and then responding to the information we get. The important point is these things are not either ors, they are actually complementary. The second principle is that the interval between assessments should be determined by whether things are going to change or not. So if things aren't changing, don't bother measuring it again. The idea is that the frequency of our assessments should be determined by how quickly things change. The third thing is, I think that assessment information should only be recorded when there's an overriding need to do so. Often the best result from an assessment is just a better decision by the teacher about what to do next. And so actually don't record it unless there's a really clear point of recording it. Otherwise, just use the data on the fly to make a decision. Finally, I'd like to leave you with 5 principles that I think should be at the heart of the design of any educational assessment system. The first is the assessment should be distributed, collect information over the whole of the year rather than just at the end. It should be synoptic. We should require students to accumulate knowledge over the course of the year. It should be extensive. We assess all the things we care about, speaking and listening in English, practical work in science, and so on. It should be trusted by parents and other stakeholders that the information they're getting is reasonable, useful, and it should be manageable so that it doesn't drive teachers crazy. And those 5 principles, distributed, synoptic, extensive, trusted, and manageable, will actually give you some tools for thinking about assessment.